slam dunk.
What a play!
It's EuroLeague time, baby.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague Watchalong, where you get to watch the EuroLeague game of the week with yours truly. I'm the host, Anthony Goods, representing Swish Cultures, and today we got a very, very special guest. You know, it's always special when we get a gentleman from California on board, and he's been rocking the rims in EuroLeague for a mighty long time. Got over 100 EuroLeague games, and play for a number of EuroLeague teams. So please give a nice EuroLeague welcome for my man Malcolm Thomas. Malcolm, what's good, bro?
Nothing much, man. Thanks for having me.
Nah, I appreciate you. Appreciate you being here, man. We got an exciting game with some stakes on the line, man. Two teams I'm sure you're very familiar with, ALBA Berlin and Red Star, man. It's gonna be a battle, man. I think this one's gonna be a very, very competitive game, man. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, man. It's definitely gonna be a game that goes to the last second for sure.
Yeah, nah, I'm excited, man. But let me get everybody caught up real quick, and everybody back home. If you're watching, please head over to EuroLeague.tv. We got a promo code because we like to give out discounts around here. So you get the 20% off the first payment on a monthly pass if you type promo code PO20. That is PO and then the number 2 and then the number 0. But that excludes those of you that live in Italy and Spain. And this offer is expiring at the end of the regular season. So you guys need to hop on the good foot and go get that one. But, you know, back to these two teams. The last time they met in round 5, Alba Berlin was able to come away with the win on the road back in Alexander Nikolic Hall. And they were able to get the W. Maldo Low had an impressive game with 17 points. And Tamir Blatt had a career night. Unfortunately, tonight, Tamir Blatt's going to be he's injured, so they'll be without him. So we'll definitely have to look for the rest of the Real Madrid. I mean, the Howard Berlin reserves to kind of pick up the slack. And Maldo Low has also been playing well as of late. Around 29, he had a 34 PRI and 27 points. But the last game he didn't play in the last game where they lost to Baskonia, so we'll see if he suits up tonight and if he's able to have an impact. Red Star, on the other hand, I think they're going to be playing with a little bit of an edge now. The Final Four is announced; it will be in Belgrade this year, and they're sitting right outside the playoff race now, and hopes of getting that playoff spot. And they've had impressive wins over Baskonia and Maccabi in recent weeks. Although they have not played so well on the road, their last road win came February 11th. But if you guys have been paying attention to EuroLeague, of course, we have to take a look at the standings. The standings have been adjusted, and here's what the standings are looking like at the moment. And we're gonna have those up here in a second, but yeah, definitely with the change in the EuroLeague standings without the Russian teams, it will definitely raise the stakes for some teams. But we'd like to read the official press release of the EuroLeague to get everybody caught up on exactly what is going on. And the EuroLeague Association Shareholders Executive Board took the following decisions with regard to the war in Ukraine. Number one, to withdraw the participation of Russian Federation teams in both the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague, which will be CSKA Moscow, Yunus Kazan, and Zenit St. Petersburg, and the 7 days EuroCup, which would be Lokomotiv Kuban, Krasnodar, for the 2021-2022 season, as the situation in Ukraine has not evolved in a favorable way. As announced after the ECA Shareholders Executive Board held on February 28, 2022, all regular season game results versus Russian teams will be removed from any calculation in EuroLeague and EuroCup team standings. The updating standings with the EuroLeague teams can be seen in our graphic. But I think now with these updated standings, we have Red Star sitting in ninth place, and we got Alba Berlin in 12th. And I mean, Alba Berlin's right there with 9 wins. I mean, two games, essentially like two wins away from creeping into that 8-9 range, man. Have you been in a situation where it's coming down towards the end of the season and y'all were like within like a game of the playoffs?
Yeah, definitely. In my first year in Kimki, we were like right along that like 8, 9, 10. It was like a really tight race, and
Mhm.
we ended up getting in, and having to play Cheska first round, which was a tough teams. But
Uh,
I swear, every year it seems like the race is real tight between like 7 and 12. You could just every
mhm.
game matters, man. It gets real competitive.
Nah, I can imagine, man. It's all junked up, man, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. But we got some love for you here on Ali Fa Tazel says hello, Malcolm Thomas. He has a green and red colors, green and red hearts on there. I'm not sure which team that'll be, but or maybe that's your team now. But
Probably now, yeah,
yeah,
probably now.
yeah. Nah, they showing love already. But everybody back home, if you guys got any questions, anything you guys wanna shout out, let us know who y'all expect to win this game, who you guys are supporting. If you got any questions for Malcolm or myself, please leave them in the YouTube comments and we'll get them as the game goes along. But Malcolm, real quick before the game gets started, while it's 0-0, I put everybody on the spot and this will be written in stone. I need your prediction for tonight's game.
Oh man, I was tough, man. But I'm gonna have to go with Red Star. I'm gonna go with Red Star on this one.
Okay. All right, man. I'm
I hope they don't get too mad at me for that. I just gotta go with Red Star.
You know what? I think I got to roll with Alba, man. My boy Maldo Lowe's been hooping this year, man. I really like
Yeah,
how he's been playing. Sorry about that for the technical difficulties, but yeah, I got to roll with Alba Berlin, man. Maldo Lowe's been playing well, and then Oscar De Silva is he from my alma mater at Stanford, so I got to roll with them. But the game is tipped off, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can catch it on EuroLeague TV, and it's early. Let us know who y'all supporting, man. It's gonna be a tough game, and Alba Berlin's a tough team to beat at home, though, man. They play well.
definitely.
They definitely play well at home, so I'm excited to see how they come up, how they come out. But I'll
How
tell you
tall?
one
How
thing, man.
tall is the center?
Man, he look he looked tall. He looked hecka tall, man. He
Man,
look like 7. Let me see if we can pull that up real quick. But yeah, nah, he's
that's
big.
that was always like the one of the toughest things for me, man. Guarding guys who are like 7'2", 7'3".
Right.
Me being like 6'8", 6'9", playing center. It's like, man, that's tough for me. I
So
could
what's
do
the
it,
what's the
but it's
toughest
tough.
part of what's the toughest part about that? Is it typically that they're heavier or just the length in general?
Just the length. You feel like you got a good box out, and then it's just a little too high to where only they can get it. Like
Right,
even
right,
being athletic, it's still tough against guys who are that tall.
right. Nah, I can imagine. I mean, you know, Kumaji's he's hecka long. Let me see if I can get an official height on him. But yeah, I mean, as a guard, it's always dope playing with playing with a player that big because he's a big target. You know what I'm saying? Especially coming off
Yeah,
of pick and rolls or whatever it is. But I can only imagine, man. Especially when you're an athletic big and you're used to blocking shots or whatever, and then you got that one player where you just can't quite get there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It could be a little difficult, man. So I can imagine. But yeah, he's 7'4". Unofficially, that's
Wow.
his listed height. So and you see that a lot more in EuroLeague now. Like you got Papagiannis, you got Tavares. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more of these Mustafa Fall. It's a
Yeah.
lot more of these extra tall bigs out there. So we'll see what kind of impact he has on this game. But okay. But yeah, so as always on the watch along, we have a player head to head matchup. And today's head to head matchup is Luke Sigma and Nikola Kalinic. Both players have played a big role on their team, as we can see here. Kalinic with a 12.5 average and points, and then Luke Sigma with 9.2, and both of them shooting over 50% from the field, about 3 assists, and Luke Sigma adding another 6 rebounds. So we're gonna follow their progress throughout the game, and we'll see how their impact is. I like Luke's game, man. He's super crafty. You know what I mean? He one of them guys, like, he don't need that athleticism, man. He gonna catch you slipping. He attacks at the right moment. He's he's dope, man. I like his game a lot. And Kalinic obviously been putting in work for the longest.
Yeah. Well,
What
look,
experiences you got with both
he's
players?
so skilled. What'd you say?
What experiences do you have with both players?
Um,
Kalinic and
Sigma I played against in college a little bit, and he was tough then. Really,
mhm.
really good rebounder. But when I actually saw him again was over here in Europe, and he was doing everything. Passing the ball, shooting the ball, posting up, like running the offense. He kind of like changed his game, but he changed it for the better, and it
Mhm.
shows every year that he's playing. He can just do it all.
Right.
And Kalinic, I didn't get a lot of time because that was the COVID year where COVID started.
Mhm.
But he's probably one of the most fierce competitors I've ever played with.
Okay.
And he just every night wants to win, plays the hardest. He's gonna play the hardest every night. There's rarely any
Right.
times you see somebody play harder than him, man. That's what you want in a teammate for sure.
Yeah, nah, he definitely brings it and competes, man. I mean, I think that whole Red Star roster, man. I mean, defensively, that's one thing you can bank on, like, year in, year out. Forget what they got on offense. They gonna defend. They
Yeah,
gonna strap up.
definitely.
Like, they gonna strap up, man. So, and they definitely gonna have to strap up this game, man. As Alba Berlin is the sixth best team in EuroLeague in regards to 3-point shooting, with shooting 36%, behind the arc, and Red Star is dead last, shooting just 32. So, um, they're definitely going to have to defend the 3-point line today. But yeah, nah, it looks
It's
like
gonna be
both
a
teams
Three
dogfight.
are.
seconds left.
Yeah, man.
Barca do not have a
And
foul to give.
as they
Blatt,
go back to Tamir Blatt's buzzer beater
let's fly. Got it! Is it good?
against
Tamir
Barca,
Blatt with a three! Right at the end of the third quarter. Steps through and
man.
let's
I
fly. And that is
and I like
nothing
Tamir
but
Blatt's
net.
game, man.
Jokic just flies by.
That's a
Tamir
tough
Blatt's
shot.
tough. Nah, it is. It is. Tamir Blatt's been playing well, man. I love his game, man. And it's crazy because I remember, obviously, like, you hooped in Israel. I played a number of years in Israel as well. And I never knew Blatt had a son. And then I was like, I didn't know he was good. You know what I mean? And then once I
Yeah,
started watching it, everybody started gassing him. I'm like, all right, they just gassing him because it's Blatt's son.
yeah.
Then I really started watching him. I was like, all right, he can hoop. I was like, he ain't bad. And I was like, actually, he's
Yeah.
really good.
I
Yeah,
kind
no,
of
he
had
can go.
the same idea on it too.
Was he around the team at Maccabi when you was there? Or he wasn't
Yeah,
around too
I
much?
don't remember being around
Hmm.
because just like you, when I found out, when I saw his last name, I was like, oh, it must be, Coach Black's son. And then found out that he was, but, he's his own man, definitely. He definitely has game.
Yeah, nah, for sure. He can hoop, man. It's unfortunate he got injured before this game, but
Yeah.
yeah, nah, he's definitely tough, man. So we're gonna see who's gonna step up over here. But as Kalinic is at the free throw line. We got a score of 9-8. Again, if you guys are just joining us, we got a promo code if you want to watch this game and all the other EuroLeague games. You can head over to EuroLeague.tv. We got a promo code PO20. That's the letter P, the letter O, the number 2, and then the number 0. Get you 20% off your first month payment of EuroLeague on the EuroLeague monthly pass. But that expires at the end of the season. Is only valid for those of you that live outside of Italy and Spain. But yeah, it looks like Red Star is coming off of a break from round 31, so they should have some fresh legs in this game. You think how much do you prefer, like on double weeks, do you prefer to play 2 games, or you'd like to have that extra rest prior to like a big EuroLeague game? Because in one sense, you can develop a rhythm from that first game, right, and then take it
Mhm.
with you into the second game. But sometimes if you're an older team, maybe you do need the rest.
Yeah, I like the double week. You know,
Yeah.
I think it's more of the competitor in me. I feel like everybody
Hmm.
likes the double week, but like you said, if you have an older team, it's definitely tough. Depending on when your domestic league game is as well, it could
True.
be a real tough week.
For sure. Especially you got a domestic, road game, and then you got to
Yeah,
like travel to the EuroLeague. That's when it gets tough for sure. Uh, but yeah, man, it looks like Red Star turning that defense into offense. They get another fast break layup, 9-11 with 4 minutes left. I'm seeing some Red Star fans in the comments with Milos Dejanovic and Igor Kahan. I'm sorry, I can't read Serbian too well, but I know who y'all riding for. Cheng Yang, who do you predict to win? Malcolm predicted Red Star to win. I'm rolling with Alba Berlin. Let us know who y'all rolling with. But
you said Chang Yang.
Cheng Yang, I believe that's the name. Cheng Yang.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Okay, all right. Yeah, nah, he pulled up, man. Man, Kumaji over here getting blocks after block. How many blocks he got already? He done got a few already, it seemed like.
Man, he's making it tough in there. And
Yeah, I
Kuzmic
know.
is pretty tall as well.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, he's got 2 blocks early on. Yeah, so
It
they
used to be a good thing for guys like my size to play guys who are like 7'4", like running the floor, but
mhm.
now these guys run the floor like shorter fives.
Right. Yeah, nah, they mobile, man. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny when I see like, Papa Giannis, when I see him move, man, it's just hard to believe. Like, yo, and even Tavares, as big as Tavares is, like he moves well for his size, man. Like
He moves
he
really
covers
well.
ground. You think you got to step on him, and then like, that glove just come out of the sky. Like it's crazy, man. The game's definitely getting a lot more mobile, man, at every position.
Yeah. Shooting, running, game's evolving so much.
But yeah, for sure. So how do you treat oh, we got another comment from Eliron Takia said, Malcolm, a lot of love from Tel Aviv. We love you. So we got some Maccabi
Love.
love in the building.
That's love.
But so how do you feel like guarding like the stretch bigs? How do the stretch bigs, do you prefer like, running around on the perimeter, or how does that uh how does that play into you defensively?
I For me, I'd like to take defense personal. Like I feel like
Hmm.
I like switch defense. I played with Coach Barzokis. He loved switch defense, so we would play switch a lot. And for me, guarding a guard, I take it personally. Like I'm out
Hmm.
there once they start their ISO moves. I take it like they think I can't guard, so it's like I
Right.
take it really personal. So for me, I love switching. You know, that's my favorite thing to do on defense. Switch.
Yeah. Nah, it's funny, man. I was we had Stefan Lasme on the Watchalong a while back, and we were talking about that when the big and the guard switch, it's always personal for the guard or for the big. And when you lose that
Yeah.
switch, it hurts. It hurts a little more, like because if you a big and they throw it into you and you got a guard on you and you don't score that bucket, like next switch is not coming your way. You know what I mean? You almost have to
Yeah.
punish that guard and draw a foul at least. You know what I mean? And it's the same way on the defensive end. So yeah, nah, it's funny, man. The silent battles that go
Yeah.
on during a switch, man.
It's funny because secretly bigs want to be guards and guards want to be bigs at the same
Right,
time.
right. Right. That used to be my thing. Like if I switched down on the big and we was in the block, I'm like, all right, you might score, but you got to score with some finesse. You ain't just about to bully me. You
Right.
got to score with some finesse, big fella. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
no, that's funny. But ooh, Mild low getting okay. He almost hit that one. Man, he's like deceptively quick, man. The way he stops and starts, he's
Yeah,
real
he really
deceptive with it,
is.
man. He's real deceptive with it. Berlin's on
He's
top of
a
their
tough
game.
guy to guard.
Yeah.
On a switch, he's tough to guard. He's a lot shiftier, than you would think.
Hmm. Yeah, man. I've been watching him, man, and it's like just the way he kind of puts you to sleep, and then he's got a quick burst, and then he'll pull back, and then he goes from slow to fast. Like I like the way he
Yeah.
transitions from slow to fast. He's deceptive that way. But we got a timeout, ladies and gentlemen. It's scores 21-13. Alba Berlin is up on Red Star. Looks like they're using that home court advantage. That home court energy is got them rolling at the moment, and we'll see what kind of adjustments Red Star can make, man. Yeah, that's my only problem with Red Star, man. They just don't score the ball like consistently enough. Like
Yeah.
defensively, they get stops and stuff, but I mean, you got to put the ball in the basket, man.
Yeah. Walters can score, but I feel like
Yeah,
he tries to set his team up a lot too, as well. Like try not to like take over too much.
yeah, nah, for sure, man. And it's and that's what I think with Red Star. I mean, you got guys that can score the ball. You know what I'm saying? But it's just putting that all together and then just flowing. Is a completely different thing, and then team chemistry. It just seems like they just not. Their offense lacks rhythm or something, man. It's weird.
Yeah.
Each time I watch them, but anytime offense gets kind of shaky, though, man, you gotta turn your defense into offense sometimes, man. Get a couple steals. That usually gets guys going, but yeah, they definitely got to turn Alba over a couple times. I was over there. I was over there moving around a little bit. Man, I've been really impressed with mentioned him at the top of the show, Oscar da Silva. He's in his rookie year as he's just hedging out right there for Alba Berlin. He's been playing really well. I mean, to be a rookie fresh out of college and to jump into EuroLeague like that, man, is tough. But I think one thing he's done is pretty much just okay. Let me just focus on a couple things. I'm gonna screen. I'm gonna roll hard. I'm gonna
Hmm.
crash offensive glass and like just picking. Simplifying the game. I think is the best way to put it. You remember your rookie year in EuroLeague and like how did you have to adjust your game?
Oh, it was definitely an adjustment for me. I started with Maccabi and with Coach Blatt, and it was tough for me to get used to the game. Getting called for travel my first few times, getting the
Hmm.
ball, just trying to sweep through, and it was frustrating for me. But luckily, I had experienced vets that kind of guided me. And Sean James and Ricky Hickman, they were great vets to have for me. In my first
Hmm.
year, they helped me a lot. So I owe a lot to them on being able to still play the game in Europe because they taught me a lot.
Right. Yeah, nah, Sean James and Ricky Hickman, man, they were cool dudes, man. Man, y'all had some squads back then, man. Maccabi was smooth. And what were the biggest differences you saw coming from, the States and the NBA style of play, coming over to EuroLeague? What were some of the biggest differences you saw there?
The first thing I noticed was the crowd is way more into the game in Europe. The first game I had in Maccabi, my first EuroLeague game. They had a flag that went from like the top of the arena, and then they kind of rolled it down all the way to the like the courtside seats, and then they're all
Yeah,
holding it. And I kind of got chills just watching. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Like, I didn't know the support was like this.
right.
Coming from playing in the States, you don't really know, until you're there. And
Hmm.
it was a shock for me to see that. But knocking it off the rim, like I said, the sweep through, fouling to stop the break was all things I had no idea about when I first got there.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, it's definitely a different game, man. And I think, for the reasons you said, I mean the crowd support, the crowds play such a huge role in the games, as far as
Yeah.
energizing teams and, just creating the atmosphere. But for sure the rule differences are huge, as we saw, I mean, even a second ago, Oscar De Silva just knocked it off the rim on a free throw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that live ball off the rim, man, that saves a couple points a game. It saves a few points a
It
game, man, and
does.
it's huge, man. But it looks like the first quarter has come to an end. Alba Berlin is definitely taking control of this game. They're up 24-15, and looks like they're rolling at the moment. But everybody back home, I like to bring your attention to the EuroLeague Fantasy Challenge. It's a free of charge online game that gives EuroLeague fans a chance to select and manage your own teams, buy and trade players, compete with your friends, and have a chance to win great prizes. Here is the best team you could have chosen over this past week. Um, as you see, we got a Kobo, Mustafa Fogg, Gabriel Deck, Vasile Micic, and St. Ross on there. As well as their credits. These are the best teams that you could have selected over this past week. If you want to create your own team, please head over to fantasychallenge.euroleague.net and sign up now. It's never too late. And enjoy the fantasy challenge as we come to the end of the regular season and into playoffs. If you was drafting a fantasy team, who would be your first EuroLeague player that you would select?
Ooh, that's tough. Hmm. Think I would. I think I would choose Mike James first.
Okay. Can't go wrong
I
with
think
that.
I'll
He's
choose.
been killing. I mean,
He's a
I
killer,
think he's the
man.
leading scorer of the league right now, I think, and he's been on a complete tear the last few weeks, man. He's been putting up some huge numbers. I would always probably I would also go with like Mirotic. Mirotic fills out the stat sheet week in
Yeah.
and week out. He's tough, as well as Tavares. Tavares is always going to give you buckets, high field goal percentages, and things of that nature. But yeah,
Tavares would definitely
second
be the
quarter.
center for my team for sure.
Oh yeah, you gotta have an anchor. You gotta have an anchor,
Yeah,
man.
man. Not too many shots happening in the paint when he's in there.
Nah, he changes a lot of shots, man. I always say Tavares gonna make you shoot some shots you didn't practice before. You be thinking you going up, and you about to.
Yeah.
You know
There
how
was
you
one
throwing.
play. There was one play,
Uh,
man. I tried to body up on him outside the paint, and no lie, he ended up dunking it just over top of me, just dunking it, barely jumping. And like
Yeah.
mid game, I'm like so confused on how he was able to just dunk it over me. Like, and I'm bodied up. I thought I was bodied
Right.
up, and he just dunked it over me. I was like, man, this is tough.
Yeah. And that's wild because I mean you a strong dude. You know what I mean? It's not like you like paper thin, but like Tavares is just like it's just huge, man. He's yeah, nah, he's a big player, but we got uh we got a comment from Burkant Denler. Hey Malcolm, I'm from Aliaga, I think is the name of the place. And then Davina Petkovic says hello from Serbia. So we appreciate all the comments. If y'all got any other comments, questions, concerns, anything, please leave it in the comment section and we'll get to it as this game goes on. Looks like they're sorting something out here in the second quarter as the second quarter is getting underway. Man, early on, man, Jalene Smith had 7 points in that first quarter, and Maldo Low had 8 for Alba Berlin, and Nate Walters had 8 points, shooting 4 for 4 from the field for Crvena Zvezda Belgrade. So they're definitely gonna need some more. They're definitely gonna need some more points, man.
Yeah, I
Red
was
Star
tough.
gotta pick it up. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough place to play at home. How'd you enjoy playing in Alba's arena?
I really like that arena. I really like that arena a lot. It's very nice. They get great fan support, and
Hmm.
they always gonna fight to the end. They don't care who they're playing
Right.
against. It's always gonna be a dogfight with them.
Was there which arena did you used to like look forward to going to the most as an opposing team?
I really like playing in Zalgiris Arena. Like
Okay.
they got a really nice arena, and when they had like Pangos and Davies, they had a really
Yeah.
good, really tough, good team, and they were kind of like this Alba team, just like a dogfight when you go in there, and that
Hmm.
fan support is amazing there. So it always gets you energized to go in there when it's a lot of fans.
Nah, for sure, man. And they done caught some. I mean, they're at the bottom of the standings, but they done caught some teams slipping this year, man. I think they got Real and Barcelona this year. Over there at over there in Lithuania, man. They're tough. They're tough to beat, on their
Yeah,
home floor, regardless of how bad or good they're doing. They tough to beat over there, man. And it's crazy, but it looks like they're trying to sort something out over here. So let's take a look at the other scores around EuroLeague. We had Monaco is up 65-58 against Baskonia. Asvel is tied 33-33 with Olympiacos, and as you guys know here, we have a score 24-15 heading into the second quarter here with Red Star and Alba Berlin. And looks like we have more clock issues. But yeah, man. Let's see what while we wait, let's see what Mike James is doing over here. Let's see who's playing well in this
they
Monaco
got a
game.
good.
Yeah, Monta Eunice got 7, Dwayne Bacon 12, Will Thomas 12, Alpha Diallo 10, Dante Hall 10, Mike James 7, Paris Lee 7. Everybody chipping in. They got a
They
solid
got a good
team,
team.
man. They do, and they play well together. I think that's
Yeah,
and you never quite know, especially going through a coaching change. You never quite know how the team is going to react after that. But even after their coaching change, man, I mean, you could possibly even argue, man, they played even better together. Uh, but yeah, no, they have a good chemistry over there. And Alec Peters and
I,
Jason Granger is playing well for Baskonia. I'm glad to see Jason Granger playing well, man, after that injury too. Glad to see
Yeah,
him back on the floor, getting back to his old self.
got the
So
clock
tough
working.
battling back from injury. Yeah, it looks like they back on now. So let's see what Red Star can get going. Man, one thing I always notice, so like especially on that last play where he just kicked it out to the wing, it's like teams that are struggling offensively, usually the spacing is always messed up at a certain point.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I mean, you had like two guys waiting right there by the wing, like, if you make like the teams that are scoring pretty easily, and like when you watch like Milan or like Barcelona and teams like that play, like the spacing is usually perfect damn near,
yeah.
and I think that usually leads to success and easier shots offensively. Um, whereas the teams that struggle, man, it's tough. Right on top of each other, I was getting easy bucket after easy bucket.
I like De Silva. He's good.
Yeah, man, he's active. He's active, man. He got them young legs. He got them young
Yeah,
EuroLeague legs, man. That's when the young boys shine, man. On the double weeks, old heads
definitely.
be a little tired, be a step slower. Man, young fella ready, man. But yeah, Red Star definitely got to get out and run, man. Get some easy stuff in transition because it don't look like it's happening in the half court, especially with Kumaji out there.
Yeah, he's
Definitely need
changing
to
the
get some
game
quick,
right
easy
now.
ones. Yeah, definitely got to get some quick, easy ones. Maldo Lowe's everywhere. Kumaji, another tip in. And Burkott Dentler said, Aliaga team, you are the flagship of the team. I would love to receive your signed jersey.
If I could get one.
I'm not, I feel like fans be thinking like we just got 8 of them at the crib.
Yeah, right.
They,
That's what,
they be thinking like we just got 100 of them. Like,
yeah. Right after the game, like, give me a jersey. I'm like, man, I can't do that.
right? They gonna find 20% of my check. They just looking for a reason. Valdo Lowe is grooving right now, man. As he just gotta and one, putting pressure on his Red Star defense, man. Getting down.
They're getting a lot of easy ones, man.
Yeah, no,
Always
they
a tough
are.
game like
They are, man. You gotta hit the big down low. So like, hey, so as a big, like how many screens without touching the ball until you get frustrated?
that. Oh man, for me, probably, probably like if I got just three back to back to back, I'm probably frustrated at that point already.
Right,
What
right.
I don't like is if I'm sprint post and then they like, oh, come set this one. It's like, bro, I just ran the floor the whole way, and now I got to come back
Right,
out.
right. Yeah, it'd be funny. Sometimes you can see the frustration on the big face when he done said a couple, he done ran down and you call him back up. He's like, all right, bro,
Yeah,
it's the last one. That's
that's
funny.
another thing I had to learn that over here, it's a lot of ball screens, a lot
A
of
whole
ball
lot.
screens.
A whole lot. Do you feel like do you feel like coming over to Europe you became like a better screener though?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like my screens before I came were kind of just like I'm just in the way, of the opposing
Mm-hmm.
player. But once I
Mm-hmm.
got here, I started to really set them and see it. If I set a screen, it opens up the game for me.
You're right. And I used to see it a lot, especially in the Kempke days with you and Alexi, man. Y'all seem to have like a real good chemistry on the screen and roll and lobs and things of that nature. What are some of the things that you typically look to do to build chemistry with your guards on your team?
Um, Kind of just see where they like to get on the court. You know,
Mhm.
with Lexi, it's kind of easy. We had played together before, so I knew he liked to pass. He knew I liked to like catch lobs. So it's kind of a match made in heaven for me because he gets so
Mhm.
much attention on the court, and if
Right.
it's two guys on him, he'll look for me every time. So it kind of just worked every game.
Right. Right. Yeah. Nah. For sure, man. He was definitely a monster and a really really good passer as well. So,
I feel like his
but yeah,
passing
man.
is underrated.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that a lot on the watch-alongs, man. Like when you have like a specific skill, you know what I mean? A lot of your game gets overlooked. Like Nick Kalathis is known for passing, but people
Yeah,
don't even know he's one of the top in steals, like, ever with EuroLeague. You know what I mean? It's like so many parts of your game get overlooked. Like Mike James, great scorer. Forget about how well he passes the ball. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, it happens with a lot of guys, that they get recognized for what they do well, and rightfully so, but it kind of overshadows other parts of their game. And another guy like that would be like Nando DeColo. I mean, a phenomenal
yeah,
passer, you know
yeah.
but he's
Great
just a
passer.
he's a scorer. He's a scorer all around as well. What was it like with Nando, playing with Nando?
He's another guy I had the privilege of playing with before, but he's so smart about every little detail. Like just like Lexi, he gets a lot of attention, and even if the attention isn't on him, he's gonna find a way to find someone else. No
Hmm.
ego, works hard every day. It's just seeing players like that. It's easy to play hard for players like that because they're so
Right,
selfless.
right. Yeah, nah, for sure, man. And I think too, and I would imagine, like, as a big, it's a lot easier to run up there and set them screens when like, okay, if I set a good one, I'm gonna get hit. You know what I mean? He
Yeah,
gon' he gon' he gonna pass that joint. So yeah, nah, that's dope, man. But yeah, Alba Berlin is up 31-25. Red Star trying to make it a game here. We're a little under 5 minutes left in the first half. And as I was sitting here trying to, like took a shot to the face.
oh no,
No call, play on. No blood, no foul. Here we go. But yeah, it look like Red Star trying to turn that corner right now. But yeah, Jalen Smith, man, he's got 10 points right now and 3 assists. He's hitting everything. He's hitting everything at the moment. But Red Star starting to get some. Red Star starting to show some life. Here we go, 27-31. It's starting to show some life here, so it look like we might have a little bit of a game. Luke missed that bucket.
they're so good on defense. Like I feel
Mm,
like that first quarter, it was like their feel out quarter. They had it
right.
like locked in on defense.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, they definitely when they sit down and guard you, and that's what's so tough about Red Star playing in their gym is like defensively they're already good no matter where they play, but when they playing defense and that crowd is on top of you, that Red Star crowd is something different. It's they are definitely something
That
different. So
I mean,
yeah, nah,
that's tough to play there for sure.
yeah, nah, they definitely have an amazing fan base. But yeah, nah, it's what was there a particular gym that like you just felt like every time you played there, you just knew you were just gonna have a good game?
No, I never had one of those gyms,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there is a gym where I knew it might be tough for me, and that's
yeah, yeah.
Olympiacos gym. I swear I always have a tough game there every time. Never fails, man. Every time. I
All
don't know
right.
what it is, but every time.
It be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just feel like something's wrong with the rims. The rims are just rigged for me there. It's like no matter what,
And I
it
swear I
don't
would try
matter.
hard to have a good game, man. Like, and it just would never happen.
That's funny, man. It's funny how, like, as a player, you remember little things like that. Like, okay,
Yeah,
Red Star hit a tray ball, 31-30. They back in it now. As the Didovic hits a tray ball to bring them within 1 point. Red Star's down 1 point here in the second quarter with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. The Smith's trying to get something going to add to his hot streak, but Red Star, man, you ain't lying, man. They defense done picked up. They all over the place. That was a that was an interesting set. Red Star just ran there. They had a double screen and roll on the side,
it was.
and they had a man at top. Looked a little crowded, but you usually see that more from the top as opposed so deep on the side. But Red Star starting to get it going, man.
Yeah, this one definitely gonna go to the end.
Yeah, nah, they need it. I mean, if you look at it, like, with these new standings, Red Star sitting in ninth place now. I mean, this is a big, big win, and just depending on how many games they got left in the regular season, some teams have makeup games left, and some don't. Every game becomes very, very important, for your playoff hopes. And I mean, can you imagine Red Star? Red Star getting into the playoffs, and if they were able to get somewhere near the Final Four, man, for Belgrade, that would be like a dream come true. I personally don't see it happening, but
Yeah,
in the perfect world, this is definitely the year they want to
that'll
try and
be a
get to the
tough
Final
matchup for
Four.
anyone.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But I mean, I think it's a tough matchup for any one seed though too. I mean, if Red Star was you know able to get to that eighth spot, the one seed having to go to Belgrade, first round of the playoffs would be tough,
Yeah,
especially such
definitely.
a especially such a defensive team. You know what I mean? It'll kind of wear you down for a little bit. It'll wear you
Yeah,
down for a first round matchup, but looks like they got a
that
shot
didn't
clock
count the
violation
basket.
here. Nah, I don't think that one counted. Then they're gonna review it. Uh,
Tough shot,
like he
man.
might have, he might have got it off. I don't know. They're gonna have to look from another angle. Uh, yeah, it looked like they didn't count that one, but see if Red Star can get another bucket, take this lead here. Float game. Here we go. Red Star done took the lead, 32-31.
Walters is tough, man.
Yeah, he is. He is, man. He can definitely play that pick and roll. Yo, Onion Dobrich, like he's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite players in EuroLeague, man. He does
Ooh.
like all the little things. That looked clean, bro. That looked like it
That
could have been
look
clean.
clean.
But it was a great hustle play on him. I mean, he got nailed on the screen and didn't give up on the play. But it's plays like that. That's why I like him, man. It's plays like that. Like he makes those hustle plays. Um, he'll catch a tip bang, a backdoor at a key moment. Like he just does the little things, and he defends, man. He'll run through a brick wall. But
Yeah.
I
That's one
think
of
Red
those
Star has a
players
lot of
like
those
you hate
guys.
playing against, but you love on your team.
Right, for sure. For sure. That's a good driving dish. Maldo Low finding Luke Sigma there at the basket, 33-32, a minute 45 left in the first half. Yeah, you got to stick with that pick and roll. See, look, it got it all spread out. See, that's perfect. That's what Red Star got to do, man. Just keep it spread. Let Walters work and find guys.
Man,
Trey ball, just like that. Red Star grooving now. 35-33, minute 20 left. Dobich gets called with another foul. Yeah, I was gonna have to. They're gonna have
oh
to
man, you gonna have
settle
to,
this down, man. I think with Alba though, man, they're relying a lot on Maldo Low to create for them right now. I mean, he's
yeah.
created a lot of his buckets with his points, and he just created that last bucket for Luca or for Luke Sigma. But they got to get some easier buckets, which is easier said than done against Red Star. But they got to find a way to get some easier buckets.
I think it. I think it's what you said. They're depending on Low,
Hmm.
but I feel like I would want him more on the scoring side, more than the creating
Yeah,
side. I
yeah,
feel like with Sigma,
right.
you can kind of like alleviate some of that pressure.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah, you definitely, and especially with Tamir Blatt, Tamir Blatt being out, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
Tamir, obviously, he would be able to kind of take Low off the ball a little bit, and give him some reserve minutes.
yeah,
But, with that, you want Low to kind of keep his foot on the gas when you're a little short-handed
yeah,
and stay
definitely.
aggressive. You want one of those high 20-point nights for him. But, yeah, Walters out there grooving on that pick and roll. They better slow him down in a heartbeat because get that going. What they call a foul on Sigma there,
Blocking. Yeah,
blocking foul. Okay, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So let's see. He knocks these two down. Oh, you missed one. You missed that one bad too. Okay, if he gets one, 36-35, Albert Berlin. So what would you run? What would you run this play down if you Berlin to get a bucket?
I'd
I think
probably
this low.
run some type of high post option with Sigma catching it,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe like opposite side staggers. Oh well, that works too.
Yeah.
He's so
Yeah,
tough to
not,
stay in
but
front of, man. It's like you really don't even
he
need to
is.
like run anything but screen and roll.
Nah, he's tough, man, because he put you to sleep and then he bursts. He got those bursts, man. But nah, that would have been a good call. And I've seen they ran something like that earlier with I think they tried to hit somebody on the back door where they had Sigma at the
Mm.
elbow and they was running like kind of like a fake dribble handoff option with the corner. But yeah, no, that would have been a good play. But like you said, man, I think they do got to get Sigma um, facilitating a little more and just get him involved a little more. So because Maldo Low, man, I
Yeah,
mean, obviously he's cooking, but I mean to have to do this for 40 minutes is gonna be tough, man.
it's tough,
It's gonna,
especially against this team.
yeah, man, he's gonna get worn down a little bit, but I mean he's cooking right now. Maldo Low's got 12 points right now. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. He's uh he's hooping, and Nate Walters on the other side, as I just showed, he's got 12 points, 6 of 6 from the floor, 4 assists. Nate's hooping, no turnovers. Nate is hooping right now.
And it looks like he's not
Nate
even
is
like they not changing his speed at all. He's out there going at his own pace.
Nah, for sure. For sure. Let's see what Red Star can get going here. It's funny, man. Everybody run that Spanish pick and roll. It's like I felt like it came into the basketball world like maybe like 5-6 years ago or something, and like now everybody does it. Like every country, everywhere. You see it everywhere.
It's so funny because like you said, every game somebody's running that Spanish pick and roll. And on defense, somebody's yelling, Spanish, Spanish. Like every team runs it now. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's you definitely have to learn how to. You definitely have. It's kind of like you remember in like middle school, everybody ran flex. Like that was the offense. You know what I mean? Everybody ran flex. Flex was the offense, the universal offense. Like now it's the Spanish pick and roll.
For sure.
But yeah, ALBA, man, Red Star defending, boy. They got bodies. Oh, he came flying in for that steal. Red Star is so tough on defense, man. We got 15 seconds left. ALBA Berlin up 37-35. Let's see if they can get this last bucket here. Nate Walters grooving up top. We slipped. Look like they might have lost it. 2 seconds. And they missed the tray ball at the buzzer. That is the end of the first half as Mitrovic misses the three-pointer. And we have a score of 37-35. ALBA Berlin is up. MVPs for that first half, man. I think you gotta go with Maldo Lowe or Nate Walters on either side, man. I think both of those guys. Both of those guys been playing. I mean, especially Nate. I mean, 6 for 6 from the field, 4 assists, no turnovers. He's playing. He's playing out of his mind right now. But yeah, that's the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. So let's stay tuned and let's see what we got for you EuroLeague entertainment at halftime.
So let's get underway. We are going to overtime. And Barca get the win. And what a hard-fought victory it was. And he skips through with a stunner. And that is box office from Barca.
Since his first appearance in the EuroLeague in 2015, Marcus Eriksson has established himself as one of the most potent long-range shooters on the continent.
Oh my goodness me, Marcus Eriksson! Well, what's the saying? He can walk on water almost.
That is the wrong man to leave unguarded.
Oh, a heat check! Marcus Eriksson with a heat check!
His accuracy from beyond the arc has seen him dubbed as the Swedish sharpshooter.
It's probably my biggest strength in my game is my shooting, so I'll take it. I think in general it's the last couple of years it's been more and more important. The three-point shot is, I mean, obviously if you get a good look then at the three-point shot, then it's a very good shot, you know.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen a shooter like him in my years playing. He for sure is the best shooter that I've seen. Even in games, I remember, you know, he starts making 4 in a row, and with guys, we look at each other on the bench like, what's going on, you know? So Yeah, he's unbelievable.
It just comes really effortlessly, or it seems really effortlessly for for him to shoot the ball. But I mean, it's unbelievable in the gym. He'll have like 15, 20 makes in a row on a consistent basis, and that's obviously really high level.
I'm trying to mix it up as much as possible, trying to improve in all aspects, because it's going to be harder to defend in the end, I think before it was like if you're a shooter, maybe you running off screens or shooting spot up was like the two only things that you maybe did before. Now I feel like you're running maybe more handoffs, trying to play the pick and roll a little bit, even playing pick and pop, it's trying to add different things to your game, I think that's what I'm trying to do right now.
Now in their third successive EuroLeague season, Eriksson's shooting is proving to be a key component in ALBA's quest to become mainstays in Europe's elite basketball competition.
I think it changes the game a lot for us because it gives us a different dimension. Obviously defenders have to respect his shooting ability, and a lot of times, he'll have the open shot, or guys will try to help off somebody else, and then he's also good at finding those open people. So he gives us another dimension of offense.
That's my game, trying to move as much as possible off the ball, and obviously how we want to play, with a lot of player movement and ball movement. During the years it's been different. Some teams it's more strictly, this is what you're gonna do off the ball. Here in ALBA it's been a little bit different. You have a lot of freedom. I do like to watch a lot of basketball. If I see something that I like, I have the confidence that here I can try it out because we have a lot of freedom in our game. I feel like we're moving forward very good, playing-wise. Of course, I would have liked us to win a couple of more games. So going forward until the end of the year, I would hope we get a couple of more wins and keep on playing good basketball.
I like to play chess. Chess helped me improve in my offensive game. I realized that I can be much more aggressive, much more offensive-minded player in chess as well as in basketball and as well as in life. So it's connected. I mean, at the end of the day, it's sport. So chess also is competing with somebody. So I find it very interesting.
Inspiration comes in many forms, and on his return to Crvena Zvezda MTS Belgrade this season, Nikola Kalinic is developing into a leader for a club in the hunt for just their second EuroLeague playoffs of the modern era.
It's one of the reasons why I came. So I try to lead by example. I try to feel all the other players, to maybe see if somebody is maybe having a bad day or is going through something, to talk with them, to help them with advices, to be always understandable. It's my first year doing that, so I have a lot to learn, but I'm trying to learn in progress. And I think I'm better now than I was in August or before the season. And I think I'm going to be better at the end of the season as well.
Is something that is new for him, to be a leader, to be more than player. Here on that position he's more than important for the team. For us always is important how he will be ready for obligations every day. He played so far really good, and I hope so he will continue.
He's definitely our leader. He's one of my favorite guys I've ever played with, in terms of he just plays hard every night. He's got a confidence about him where when he's on your team, you know you have a chance to win. He's going to give it everything he has.
Yeah, he's someone I've enjoyed watching and competing against for a long time. I mean, have always loved his game. So when he came here, I think being one of the bigger Serbians in European basketball, I think is big for the club and big for our team. He's competitive, good guy, no ego, so he's been great.
Having won the championship with Fenerbahce in 2017, Kalinic is taking his game to new heights for Red Star, with the prospect of a Final Four in their home city on the horizon.
It was great when I played with Fenerbahce. I think Belgrade has always been a great host for the sport events. I think that people in Serbia love sport and they understand sport. It's going to be fun. I think Belgrade can make a great show for everybody.
Red Star going to be there?
Yeah, why not? That's the goal.
And we're back with that nice feature on Nikola Kalinic. Yeah, man. As we talked about before, man, he's definitely been an accomplished player in EuroLeague. Plays 100% everywhere he's at, everywhere he is, and and I'm sure he's excited to be back in Serbia playing as he played there before he went off to Fenerbahce. Um, what are some of the other things you remember about him while he was at Fener, outside of obviously his energy levels and stuff like that? Um, how was his what was his personality like?
He's actually a really cool guy, man. Like Aaron White said in that clip, like no ego at all, you know. But that whole team was like no ego at all. So, but
Right.
he's so much different than how he plays. You know, he plays like rugged and like everything's
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
line.
yeah.
And you talk to him, and he's just like really laid back. So it's cool that he
Yeah.
has a switch like that. You know, he can switch it on and off.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because you talk to different guys that I've had on here, and they always say that like, you know, when they get to like certain EuroLeague teams, like it's almost like the egos just go out the window because it's just about winning. It's not so much about like points and all this other stuff. It's just like, yo, let's just hoop and find the best shot and just try to come out here and win games. And and I think that basketball is a lot more fun when it's like that, as opposed to, and I'm sure you've been on teams where everybody trying to get theirs and worrying about the next contract and the next deal and things like that. Man, it's completely different when you're on a winning program or a team with serious goals of winning, man.
Yeah, it's definitely good to be on teams like that, where it's just one common goal.
Right. Nah, for sure, man. But yeah, they definitely got Red Star moving in the right direction here, man. Even I was looking back at the EuroLeague standings, man, and it's pretty tight. It's a pretty tight race. I mean, you got Monaco sitting there with 12 wins. Monaco and Bayern Munich are in 7 and 8 with 12 wins. Red Star and Baskonia have 11 wins. So you already know how big of a game this is for Red
Yeah,
Star, and man, they in they in that locker room, trying to get focused, you know. But that's when you be looking at the owner like, yo, what's up with the bonus? You know what I mean? Coming down to the end of the
right.
season. A little
Yeah,
motivation would have
man.
helped. A little extra motivation would
Yeah.
have helped. It would
Bonus,
have hurt
man,
nothing.
definitely. I know they checking their phones too, checking scores, all that.
Yeah, yeah, you got to, man. As a matter of fact, let's take a look around EuroLeague. So Monaco has defeated Baskonia, so there's another key loss. So Red Star definitely doesn't want to lose because then they'll be kind of knotted up with them. It looks like Will Thomas led Monaco in scoring, and as we talked about earlier, everybody was pitching in. Dwayne Bacon finished with 14, Dante Hall with 10, Alpha Diallo with 10, Mike James finished with 9, 4, and 4. So Baskonia took the L, and who else? So right now, Asvel and Olympiacos. Olympiacos is up 50-47 with 8 minutes to go in that third quarter over there. Marcus Knight is Osakowski is leading the way for Asvel with 10 points. Marcus Knight has 7. Matthew Strazel with 7. Okay. They got a little bit of everybody pitching in over there. And on Olympiacos, Papa Nicolau has 11 and Tyler Dorsey with 13. Tyler's been hooping this year, man. He's been playing
He
really well this
has.
season. He's been and I felt like the expectations for Olympiacos weren't high coming into this season, but I think Tyler Dorsey's play has definitely ignited them and got them into They got them into final. I got Olympiacos sneaking into the Final Four. I think they've only lost one game at home this whole season. And they got pieces, man, with Slukas. I mean, another point guard, as you know. Um, he's been having a big year, knocking down big shots and kind of pacing that team. So yeah, I got them sneaking into the Final Four. I really like their team a lot. And
Who's your Final
Barcelona,
Four? Who you got?
I got Real Madrid, even though they've been stinking it up lately. Barcelona, Milan, and Olympiacos. That was my Final Four from early on in the season, and
Yeah,
I'm hoping that sticks true. So, who you see getting in there?
I see Olympiacos there. I see Barcelona. It's tough. You can never count out Real ever. I got the same as you. I got the same as you.
Yeah, I mean, I feel kind of bad going against Ephes because I mean Ephes can just turn up on you like that, but
Yeah,
Ephes just been inconsistent this year. I don't know what it is, like and I want to think that like okay they're gonna turn up at the right time, but yeah, just over the course of the season, man, they've just been really inconsistent. But yeah, that's who I got getting in there. But I mean, Ephes is probably the scariest team because they've been so
yeah,
inconsistent. But you know what they're capable of, and they got everybody back basically for the
for
most part, at
sure.
least.
That's the thing. Once they get going, then it's real tough to stop them.
Oh yeah, man. I mean, they got guards for days and days and days. Like, it's tough. And Micic he's having a heck of a his last month has been crazy. And I think too, it's funny because like probably the month prior to that, Shane was going crazy. And then he's starting to go crazy now. And it's just, you just got to pick your poison with that team. But
Yeah.
they're amazing. But the second half has gotten underway. 37-35. Alba Berlin has the ball right now, and we got a comment from Fezichin Ozbek. What about Barcelona? So, what are your thoughts on Barcelona?
I think they're really tough. Jokic is one of my favorite players to watch.
For sure.
I think they're so good, like all around. It's just, in EuroLeague, man, it's every possession matters. So I feel like between those top teams, it comes down to like minor details. So it could be anybody, but I think Barcelona has an amazing team.
Yeah, I said I think this is Barca's revenge year. I think they're gonna finally get that title. Um, if everybody stays healthy. But that's a tough shot, Luke Sigma. Um, but yeah, man, Barca's tough. They're so deep, and Jokic, man, I got so much respect for that dude, man. He's been
He's
playing. It don't
tough.
matter who on the floor. Like he played one way, and that's it. Like he's at your neck, and he just makes good decisions. Even late in the game, that's a good finish. Um, but yeah, I like Barca as well, man. They're definitely a complete team. But we'll see, man. It's a different story in that Final Four, man. One and done.
Yeah.
Tough finish. Tough finish. I'll do a low, man. His game is just matured. I mean, even that finish right there, like his game has matured so much over the years.
He's getting
Forty-one,
into the
37.
lane at ease.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever he wants to, for real. Looks like they're trying to get Luke Sigma a lot more involved, though. He's already got a few touches. He's already got a few touches down low. Yeah, they definitely got to get him going. Tough defense. They got to stop. 41-37. If you guys are trying to watch this game, you can head over to EuroLeague.tv to check this game, as well as the other games that we have. You can sign up. We have a promo code, the letter P, the letter O, 20. That's PO20. You get 20% off of your first payment on a monthly pass for EuroLeague TV. But this offer does expire at the end of the season, and this offer does expire at the end of the season, and it excludes those of you that live in Italy and Spain. But real quick, man, I think it's a perfect time to go back to a throwback video we have from your MVP round back in 2017, 2018. I know it's gonna bring back some memories, man. You had a heck of a game back then.
Shred lobs off there.
What's crazy about this? I don't know if you could see. I had my daughter draw on these shoes before she went home. She came to visit me with my mother. She drew on these shoes like this.
Right, misses it.
Wore them this
Thomas
first
blocks
time.
the shot by Radosevic.
It was hurt. It was hurt luck.
That's dope. So what exactly did she draw on your shoe?
Whatever she wanted to. She drew like
okay,
best dad, like some flowers, some other stuff. I posted on my Instagram. I just let her design it because they were all white shoes. So she just colored it, designed it, and literally I had one of the best games.
You had to go out there and perform after that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's super dope, man. That's super dope. I would have had her drawn on every other shoe after that. Like, yo, come here.
I definitely wanted to do it again, but you just didn't get the chance to.
Right. Did you have many superstitions while you was hooping, or back then, or even now that you still have?
No, not really. I never really got into that.
No.
The only thing I would do is I would always either eat an apple or like a banana before a game.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah. What about like pregame meals? You used to cook your pregame meals, or you used to always find a place to go eat out?
Find a place to go. I'm such a picky eater. I gotta find a place to go.
I got you. Yeah, nah, it's funny, man. It's like I used to always be like, nah, man, I ain't superstitious, but if I ate something and I had a good game, I was riding that meal out. I'm going straight back to that same spot, and eating that same thing at that same time. Then I look back, I'm like, I guess I was a little superstitious. I ain't wanna admit it, but but man, Red Star is starting to creep back in it. 45-44. I think the biggest thing for Red Star, man, they've been able to knock down some threes this game, man. Let's see what they're shooting from the three over the whole game, but I think 3-point shooting, I mean, obviously being the last place team, yeah, I mean, they're 5 for 16 in this game. You know, that's definitely helping them stay in it. And yeah, Alba's 5 for 9, so you know, definitely hitting from deep is definitely been helping Crvena Zvezda stay into this game.
Stefan Markovic.
We got 47-44.
I play with Stefan Markovic. Good player, really good player.
Yeah. Yeah, nah, he's been having some moments this year. He's been playing solid, as he just knocked down that three not too long ago. That was a nice action Red Star just ran though. That empty side pick and roll, man. It's tough to defend, man. If you get that good screen off, it's really tough to defend. Look, Sigma playing above the rim. Yo, do you prefer? Would you prefer you prefer tip dunks or lobs? Which one makes you feel? Which one
Uh,
makes you feel better? Like a big tip dunk or like a lob that like nobody thought you could catch, and then like you know what I'm saying? You know them bad lobs that like you catch and you still dunking. You like, oh
yeah. I would
snap.
say a lob that no one thought I could catch. I feel like
Yeah,
that'll give me hype more than the tip dunk.
yeah, okay.
But it's like
Okay.
tip dunks also, man, could bring a lot of energy too, depending on how it comes off the
Because
rim. It could.
right, and because it's like the art of surprise, right? Like nobody like you think rebound, missed shot rebound, you know what I'm saying, defensive rebound, but
Yeah,
usually when that tip dunk come, you coming out of nowhere, snatching that thing. Gotta be a carry or something, nope. But yeah, nah, it's dang, I thought looked like that might have been a charge or something. Yeah, you gotta get Walters. They gotta get back in the paint. Red Star gotta get back. They gotta get some paint touches. That was a stagnant possession. Yeah, I think it's so key. I think these teams, especially when you don't have like a dominant big offensively, like on the block, you really got to get paint touches from like your guards or your wings. You know what I mean? You got to
yeah,
do something to get like the defense to collapse, or else it's impossible to find your shooters and things of that nature. That's when it's tough, man. When you don't have that post presence down low, as they
it's
just
getting
called a
real scrappy in
timeout.
this game.
Oh yeah, 47, 46. You know what I mean? The tension starts to rise, man. The more that clock
Yeah,
start draining, the tensions start to rise. Berlin can't lose this game because for sure at the end of the season you can't lose the home games. You need
yeah.
all your games, especially the home games. But yeah, nah, this game's super important, man. They gonna definitely
It's so
need
hard
this
to
one.
win on
But
the road in Philly.
nah, I can imagine. I can imagine just dealing with the fans and then the travel. Like at least these two cities are like big cities, you know what I mean? So it's not like you
Yeah,
got to fly in and take like a crazy bus trip or anything like that. But uh, I can imagine some of the EuroLeague teams that are in smaller cities, travel can get kind of crazy. Travel can get kind of crazy for sure. So out of your So, you played in China, you played all around the world. What what style of play do you prefer the most out of all the leagues that you played in? Or maybe even all the systems that you've played in, all the offensive systems that you played in, which style did you prefer personally?
um, I really like the system that we ran in Finner. It
Hmm.
was just so much. It was so much motion going on. Like you would need a point guard like a Slugas who, can see different things before they happen, and like a Nando who's very
Hmm.
unselfish. It's just flare actions, like pin downs. It's just so much motion going on. It's hard. It's so difficult to guard. And
Right.
it was basically everybody could get a touch. Everybody can score. And you kind of see why when you see that system. You see why, you know, they win so many games. They won so many games because everybody touches the ball, everybody's unselfish, and it's just constant moving.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it was a pleasure to play in.
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you had those type of offensive systems, like, I mean, even going back to our conversation about frustration, man, and it's not even like everybody that touches it, needs to score it, but it's like when everybody's touching it, it just alleviates the frustration. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, yo, just let me get a feel for it. I'll get up off of it, but, just let me get a feel for it. And I think it's good for team chemistry, man, when you got that type of, when you got that type of offense. What was Obradovic like at Finner?
Very, very intense, passionate, but you could tell he cares about his players. Like, we would have like team events. I think we had probably like 3 team events my first like month and a half there, and everybody was just so like genuine about being there, because I came later in the season, but they treated me as if I was there the whole time, man.
Right.
For me, I like that feeling. I like a feeling that everybody's together. I feel like that, like you said, that helps on the court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, for sure, man. Especially when you're integrating, players in the middle of the season. It's easy to tell when people are really together or when that energy is fake. You know what I'm saying? Or like people don't
Yeah.
really mess with each other and stuff like that. It's easy to tell when the chemistry is genuine and when it's not. But yeah, that's crazy dope, man. I mean, and it's dope, man, that you've had the opportunity to play with, legendary coaches, you know what I'm saying, legendary players and, things like that. I mean, there's just so much to learn and to add to your game and for you to add to their experiences as well. I think that's gonna be something like when you look back, on your career, whenever you're done playing, man, it's definitely something that's gonna be really dope for your to look back on, man, because Obradovic is obviously he's just a legend out here in Europe.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in regards to coaches, man.
My first thought though was signing there. I was like, man, I don't want to be that guy getting yelled at. Like my first 3 weeks there, as you see the videos of him yelling, you like, I don't want to be in that situation.
Right. And that's the funny thing is like you never know, like you see somebody get yelled at, you never know why they're getting yelled at. Like, is it because okay, they messed up, but did they mess up because they're dumb, or did they mess up because the system is so crazy or their playbook is like insane? Because I mean, there's some players that they're just gonna mess up no matter where they go. Like that's just them, right?
Yeah.
And then there's some coaches that like just have a playbook that just lasts forever. You know what I mean? And it's always funny, man. From the outside looking in, you never quite know. But once you get into the thick of it, you're gonna find out for yourself. But yeah, we're gonna take a quick look at our head-to-head matchup with Luke Sigma and Nikola Kalinic. Let's check in and see where these two guys are at in this game so far. As they're pretty much even with Kalinic having 9 points and Luke Sigma at 11. Both have 2 assists, and Sigma's at his average with 6 rebounds. But we need 2 more points for Kalinic, man. 2 more points, as he just got on the board with that floater and we tied the game at 53-53. Man, kind of like I was just saying a little bit ago, man, that Red Star been able to get back in that paint. Kalinic just had looked like he just had 2 back-to-back floaters. Gotta get in that paint, man. Make some good things happen. 53-53.
This
is young fella trying to bang down low. Yo, like it's always funny when I watch bigs on the block and they're banging down there and stuff like that. It's always funny because at a certain point it's physical play, but you can always tell when, okay, this is starting to get a little personal, the banging.
Yeah.
It's like you got the tester, and then you got the second one, and after about the second one, then it starts to become personal. And I was like, all right, it's about to get out of hand.
Man. It's just the back down banging game is definitely, it's a thin line between personal and basketball for sure, man.
Right.
I've seen some really go at it, but I respect it more when the defender is not trying to like take the flop, like it's just like, all right, you're not gonna score on me.
Right. Just take it back in the day, man. Ain't no refs out here. Let's just see who's gonna get the stop or who's gonna get the bucket, man. It's how did you feel about like the strength of like the EuroLeague bigs? Who was one of the strongest bigs you had to guard like early on in your career when you first came over to EuroLeague? Because I feel like the game, and especially in Europe, is so much more physical. They let like so much more physical play go than in the league. So who was a big that stuck out to you as like one of the stronger bigs you had to go against?
Dublovic from Valencia when they were EuroLeague.
Mm-hmm.
I think he, it's not so much that he's just so physical, but he knows how to use his body in positions, and it's hard to like get around. Like if he just ducks in and seals, it's hard to get around it. He could like chicken wing you on the back down. He just knows he knows his body and he can get position on anybody. So he gained my respect early because the scouting report didn't say that he was, that he was that crafty down low.
Right. Yeah. I think it's funny, man. There's always, and I always say this, especially for Americans coming over to Europe. It's like the way European players move and the different tricks and the craftiness that they have at times is just different. When you first come over, it catches you off guard sometimes because you're just used to, in the States, everybody kind of moves to a certain rhythm. And then like in Europe, that rhythm is just different, man. And, I used to feel it with just guards and how they would just come down and they'd be stepping weird and, stepping over you and crossing over. And like, it was just different. It takes a while to kind of get used to that. So I imagine it's definitely the same for the bigs as well.
Yeah, the bigs. I definitely noticed that the bigs in Europe, man, a lot of them have really good footwork. The ones that can score down low, they got really good footwork.
Yeah. No, they definitely bigs are definitely fundamentally sound in Europe. They shoot hooks with both hands. They're tough. They're tough, man. Is there which EuroLeague arena you think was probably the loudest that you remember?
The loudest, I would say Red Star. They got when it's full. And honestly, when I was there, I'd probably say it was probably like 85% capacity, and it was still really loud.
Yeah.
My teammate at that time, which is one of my close friends, Charles Jenkins, he had played there.
Yeah.
And they were like doing this like chant for him because they love him there. So they were like doing this chant for him. It was so loud. And I was like, man, I don't see how people like can really focus in here.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, we had Chuck on the Watchalong a while back, man. We had him on here. And he had all these Red Star fans in the comments, man. They love that dude out there.
He's a superstar.
They love it. For sure. For sure, man. Shout out to Chuck.
Looks like Kumaji got Ejected?
Yeah, yeah, it looked like Kumaji because he had a technical foul for the after the free throw. He had made a gesture telling the crowd to be quiet or something like that, or telling somebody on Red Star to be quiet. But maybe he got another tech there. Not sure we'll see what happened, but Red Star seemed to take advantage, man. Red Star up 57-53. Berlin right back. Smith hits a tray ball 56-57. So we got 30 seconds
Wonder.
left. 20, 28 seconds left in this third quarter. See if Red Star can get another bucket here. Now, losing Kumaji, man, that's a big loss for them heading into that
That's a big
fourth.
loss.
Yeah, he make you think twice about getting into that paint. Oh, that's a big steal. Zeus, man, steal in a bucket, man. That's a huge bucket for them. 58-57, and that is the end of the third quarter. Yovel Zuzman with the steal and the layup at the end of the third quarter to get in the lead, 58-57. Alba Berlin is on top, and we got one more quarter to go as this game is coming to an end, and both teams are about to hit the panic button because the tension is about to get tight. But everybody back home, I
It's a
love to
tough
bring your attention now to EuroLeague Final Four as the tickets are now on sale. You can purchase your tickets at the letter F, the number 4, and the word tickets.com, f4tickets.com for the event in Belgrade. It's the first time that they'll be having fans since, in the last 3 years. So it will for sure be a sold out event. It's going to be a lot of energy. Man, and who knows, man? Maybe one of these two teams can sneak in, but if not, you guys can be assured that maybe my Final Four sneak in there, or me and Malcolm's Final Four might sneak in there. But either way, you definitely want to get your tickets at f4tickets.com. It'll be a great event. Again, the Final Four will be in Belgrade this year, so be sure to check that out, man. So. Man, I think I haven't been to a EuroLeague Final Four yet to watch, but I'm thinking about. I'm gonna definitely try and get out there this year, man. I think it's I mean
Yeah.
the energy in there always looks amazing, man. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to experience
I
that,
would
especially out in Belgrade. It's gonna be crazy.
I would like, man, I would love to make a EuroLeague Final Four before I'm done playing, man. That's like
Right.
a goal of mine. I think I've seen every EuroLeague final from like 2006 on.
Mm-hmm.
Because that experience just looks like once in a lifetime type of thing.
Right. And it's funny because it's like, and I've been watching them too, like from home or the TV or whatever. And it's like the games are so exciting because obviously it's one and done, but you can only imagine just being on the court, you know what I'm saying, playing in that type of atmosphere, or, even bare minimum just watching, man. I bet the energy in there is just crazy.
Yeah.
It's definitely an experience, man. So, yeah, for sure. It'll be fun this year, especially since they haven't had fans there the last 3 seasons. So this
Yeah,
will be
that's
a
going to
nice way to welcome the Final Four back with the fan, or welcome the fans back to the Final Four.
You still got Alba winning this one?
I'm a man of my word, and I do. You know what I mean? I'm 10 toes down
Yeah.
on the decisions that I make at the beginning of the game. I'll shoot you some bail if you want to come over. I got a seat for you on the Alba bus. You know what I mean? We got seats over here. We got
Nah.
empty seats, man. But it's
Nah, it must be a California thing because I'm going to stay 10 toes down with Red Star.
all right. I ain't mad at that, man. But yeah, everybody watching back home, y'all just joining us. Let us know who y'all think is gonna win this game. We got a 1-point game here, so it's pretty much even. 58-57. So let us know who y'all think is going to win this game. I know we got a bunch of Red Star fans in the comments. I've seen a lot of red and white over the show, but yeah, man, let's see if we're gonna have some late heroics here. It's definitely gonna come down to who can execute, take care of the ball towards the end, man. That's normally what it comes down to in these type of games. Gotta get as many shots as possible. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I think okay, so so they got Maldo Low resting for this for the beginning part of the fourth. I imagine they probably gonna put him in probably around 8-minute mark, 7.5. And Red Star. Red Star out there defending, boy. They denying. Yeah, they see if they can get them. See if they can get an easy bucket here, though. This is a pretty high scoring game though for Red Star, man. They usually keep their games are normally pretty like low scoring, but these guys been able to get up and down a little bit.
I thought they would try to run a little more like post up for Kalinic throughout the game.
Yeah, they haven't really done that. Yeah, they haven't really done that. They've been getting them involved a little bit, but yeah, they haven't ran many post ups for him. Yeah, that was a bad possession, man. It's like Red Star, man, they just get so out of sorts sometimes. It's like they don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they run a pick and roll. Okay, that's not there. Like, all right, what else are we gonna do? It's like they get stuck.
No Walters, no Kalinic. Just like they just stagnant.
Yeah. Yeah, they gotta. Oh my gosh, they're getting sloppy right now. 8 minutes, 44 seconds left. 58-57 still. Red Stars ball. They gotta get something. They gotta get something going. Because right now, especially while you got, these are both their second units. One team got to make a quick little push, man, to kind of get them over the hump before the starters get back in. Especially just burning out.
I feel like in situations like this, it's like whoever scores first probably win the game.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Luke. Luke out there hedging. Yo, I know bigs be so mad when you gotta it's like a rescreen action, and you gotta hedge and then get back, or you get caught on a late switch.
I know hedging works, but I do not like hedging.
I
feel like unless for a fact you got that help in that back line.
Yeah, that helps out back there. Yeah.
If it's not there, man, it's frustrating.
Yeah, especially because you got to sprint back, or it could be a dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, now hedging's definitely tough. Let's see what they're gonna run here on the baseline out. Got Maldo Low back in the game, and Nate Walters back in. It's funny, man. I always wonder, like, how much are coaches looking down the line to see when they put other players back in? There's no way that both of them just thought at the same time, okay, I'm going to put Nate Walters and Maldo Low back in the game at the exact same time. Like, how much are we looking down the line? Like, all right, he checking back in, you checking back in. That's a tough finish. But, yeah, got a message from Chris Stupas. Christ Kumaji got ejected from the game for unsportsmanlike foul call after he had already had a technical. So he is no
That's
longer
tough.
playing in this game. But we have 7 minutes and 33 seconds left. Slim lead for Crvena Zvezda with a 59-58 lead over Alba Berlin, and it is Alba's ball with 8 seconds on the clock on a baseline out. You know, it'd be looking like Alba would be running much on that baseline out. They just spaced out. Luke Sigma. I swear,
It's
man,
crazy
Luke's
because
like
Alba has such a good five.
yeah, they do. It'd be funny, man, because Luke is not. He doesn't look athletic, but he just ends up with the rebound somehow. Like, you know what I mean? He just ends up finishing over somebody. It's like he makes like athletic plays somehow, but it's just like, yo, you don't think of him as being like athletic. Like, he just got that rebound.
He's just a smart player.
Smart, man. Ooh, tough bucket. Maldo Lowe, 61-59. That was a tough bucket. Man, Maldo's a bucket, man. I think he's underrated defensively too, man. He fights over screens. What in the world was that? Oh, the end of the shot
He's
clock.
playing well, man.
Yeah, nah, he's
It seems
solid,
like
man.
he really gets better every year.
For sure. For sure. I mean, that's good defense, man. It's just better Not a lot you can do about that one. That's just better offense. Tough shot. 61-59. Alba Berlin is up. Got a little over 6 minutes left. Maldo Lowe's going crazy. Got 19 points right now. See if Alba can capitalize with another bucket. See, I feel like that's what. See, you got to run that pick and roll with somebody else. Like Smith got to be in that secondary pick and roll there. Somebody.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because he didn't want that. It was just like a wasted possession.
I knew it was going to be a game like this, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nah, there's too much at stake. Man, one of these teams letting that one ride. And Red Star started off slow, man, but they don't fought their way back into this one. They fought their way back into this one. We got looks like we got a foul off ball. 61-59. See what happens here. Gotta come up and get it. Yeah, Nate, man. Nate be finding his way to the basket, boy.
It's definitely a game of the guards.
Yeah, for
Lowe and
sure.
Walters.
Yeah, they both hooping, man. They're both hooping. Nate Walters got 16 points, 5 assists, 8 or 9 from the field. He's definitely having a really good game, man. Yeah, I think whoever wins this game, man, it's going to come down to who makes plays at the end. And the crazy part is, they don't feel like they get nothing out of the pick and rolls except like individual plays. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I can't remember the last time they hit a big. I can't remember the last time they like hit the big for like an open look. It's just more so creating. Tie game here, 61-61. Zuzman, oh, is that a charge or a block? Oh, they got him for the block. Ooh. It could have went either way. Might could have went either way. It looks like
I
Zuzman
like
will be
how
going
both.
to the free throw line. Go ahead.
Dang. I like how both these teams, like, no matter the call, they don't even pay attention to it. They just play on.
Right. Yeah, no, they just keep fighting, man. They just keep fighting. It's I mean, with this type of game, I mean, you got so much at stake. You ain't got time to be sitting there stressing about the
Right.
last play, man. You just got to move forward, man, and try and get the next stop. You know, I feel like that's the most important thing at this point. Zuzman knocks down both free throws. We got a score 63-61. Man, this is getting tight now. It's getting tight. It's funny, man. It's like, when games start getting tense like that, it's so hard not to play. You know, it's so hard not to play loose. I mean, not to play tense. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times you're playing not to lose as opposed to just playing aggressive and just flowing.
Yeah.
Kind of like Maldo just did right there. But it's like as the game gets tighter, you sometimes you overthink it and you're constantly looking for the right player, the right pass, or whatever it is when you really just need to just go out and hoop and do what got you there. But it's hard not to. But Alba Berlin done crept up 65-61 as we have a timeout on the floor. And Red Star is going to try and regroup here.
They got to try to do something about Low.
Yeah, nah. Ain't nobody stopping him from getting to the basket right now. Is
Yeah.
Kalinic in the game? Or is he still out?
I think he was out.
Yeah, I think he was out too. Oh no, he's on the other end. They got to get him involved. He's on the weak side right there, but your Kalinic got to get involved, man. Like you said, man, I think they should definitely run some type of post up or something, man.
Definitely.
Get him a touch, because they ain't really getting much out of that pick and roll.
Nah. He got post game too. He got crazy post game.
Nah, for sure. He can get his money on the block. He can get his money on the block. They just gotta run some sets for him, man. 4 minutes 20 seconds. There you go. Right on cue. Getting to the cup.
I
Right
was
on
listening.
cue. Yeah. Kalinic gets the bucket there on the drive. 63-65. 4 minutes to go in this 4 minutes to go in this game. Let's see it. No. Oh. Can't give up. Can't give up the offensive rebound right there. Not this late in the game. Can't give up the offensive rebound. But we're going to look at our player head-to-head matchup with Kalinic and Luke Sigma. Kalinic has 13. Luke Sigma has 11 to go with 9 rebounds. Both players are playing well this game, and we'll see if they can make some more plays heading down to the as this game goes down to the wire. But yeah, Alba looking lost now. There you go. Alba looking lost now. It's a bad possession. 3 minutes left, 67-63, 5 seconds left. I feel like Alba has no side out of bounds or baseline plays. I feel like they just getting open. Like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
I saw that on the last baseline out. Like, they just spread out. Yo, was there ever like have you ever had like a real tight game and like, let's say like 0.6 seconds left and then like you won it on like a tip or something like that in your career?
No, I had one where we lost like that.
Y'all lost like that?
Man, it was when I was with Finner. We were playing Maccabi. It was a tight playoff race. We just I think moved into like 8th. But we play Maccabi. Last second play, they throw it, and I'm guarding Othello Hunter, and they throw it, and the throw was off. You know, I'm thinking it's gonna hit like the side of the backboard. But as I'm watching, I'm like, okay, it's gonna hit the side. His hands come up. He hit the last shot, man. They win the game.
Dang.
I felt terrible because I was like, man, I shouldn't have just guessed it. I should have just went for it, you know. But
yeah. Nah, that's
it was
tough.
terrible, man. It was terrible.
Yeah, those plays are always tough, man.
Tough.
It's crazy. It's crazy because it's like you know what the option is. There's only one option, but it's somehow sometimes those shots get off, man. As Dobers just hits a nice little floater, 67-65, 2.5 minutes left. Let's see, Maldo Low draws his foul, driving to the basket with 2.5 left. Draws a foul on was that on Mitrovic? Yeah, draws a foul on Mitrovic. You can't believe it. I feel you. That was a tough float by Dobrich, man. Got to make these free throws.
Mitrovic is a good player too. I thought they would have got more touches for him as well.
Yeah, he is good. Yeah, so that's why it's like it's weird because it's like you look on Red Star's roster and they got some players that can go. You know what I'm saying? It just feels like offensively, man, they haven't figured out a way to put it together and get the most out of the talent that they have. You know what I mean? Like I feel like their whole practice is just shell drill. Like 2 hours of shell drill and we'll let offense figure it out. Oh, that's good hustle. Good defense by Smith to knock that ball away. 68-65, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Maldo has a ball up top.
Oh,
there you go. Got to create something. That's a good dish. Good finish. Good tip in by D-Lo. That's a good tip in as they now we got a score 70-65. Alba Berlin sitting on top of Red Star Belgrade right now. And we have a timeout on the floor with, I believe, 1 minute and 48 seconds left. This will be a tough game to lose for Red Stars. They're sitting in 9th place. And this will have them one step away because going back to the standings, let me see here. Go back to the standings because Monaco won today, so Monaco moves up to 7th. And so that will put Bayern Munich will be at 8 on the 8th spot with 12 wins after this game. So yeah, essentially, if Red Star could win this game, they'll be able to close the gap. But like Alba's in control right now for this last minute and 40. They got to figure something out with that pick and roll.
Yeah, I was beating them in all those 50-50 balls.
Yeah, for sure, man. I might even try just trapping it one hard time, like with Maldo on there. Because it's like, you're doing the hedging thing, and he knows what's coming. You know what I mean? He's just trying to pick that apart. Like, you got to throw a different look at him, like once or twice, just real quick.
Yeah. I thought about that earlier, about at least trying to trap at least a few times.
Right. Nate Walters hits a big bucket, big layup on the drive there. We got to score 70-67, a minute and a half left. Alba Berlin has the ball. Jalen Smith. Tough flow. Yo, who took that in? That is a tough. I can't believe he took that in. It didn't even look like he was in position.
Man.
What they just call here? Alba Berlin turned up. Yeah, it turns up 72-67. Alba Berlin seems to be. Alba Berlin, man, oh my gosh. Oof, he would have hit that. He'd have hit that. Okay, Maldo Low misses the three. We got 40 seconds left. Big three ball. Big three ball by Dodidovic. Okay, so now we at 72-70. 72-70.
What are you calling right here?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was about to think. All right, so if I'm Alba, I mean, you got to keep the ball in Maldo's hands for sure. He's grooving. So you definitely gotta. I mean, I'm probably sticking with that high pick and roll with Lammers and Maldo Low, because I mean they're definitely not gonna try and switch it, or even if they do, you'll have a mismatch. But yeah, I mean, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You just gotta give Maldo space, because obviously he's running by everybody and getting into the paint. But
yeah.
Yeah, I would keep it. I'll keep it super simple, man. I'm a big fan of keeping it simple. I'm a big fan of keeping it simple towards the end of the game, man. Once you have like too much action and too many on balls and stuff like that, guys start getting confused. Like,
Yeah.
I think just keep it simple. Just break the pressure, let them go make a play. You've been making plays all day. Okay, we got 30 seconds left. Alba Berlin's up 72-70, Berlin's ball. Let's see what they called a foul. Foul on Kalinic. Looks like he fouled Sigma on the looked like he might have slipped.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it looked like he might have slipped there. But they called a foul, so Sigma's gonna be going to the free throw line for two with 22.7 seconds left. And Alba Berlin up 2 points. Man. Yeah, that's a tough call, but
yeah, that's a tough one.
He gotta knock these down though. Makes the first 73-70. Come on, make this one more. Make it a 2-possession game. There it goes. 4-point lead. 74-70. 22 seconds left, and a timeout is called on the floor. Red Star Red Star. You taking the quick two here? 22 seconds if you can get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the quick two.
Yeah.
But it's tough because I feel like if I'm going against this team, I know I'm trying to keep Walters out. Try to make somebody else make a
play, right? Yeah. Yeah, nah, for sure. You definitely don't want to get Walters, and I feel like Walters is you got to kind of corral him because he's the one player that
Yeah.
once he gets ahead of steam, he starts getting downhill. He can get a quick bucket.
Yeah,
You got to kind of keep bodies in front of him.
Happen.
Yeah, and I think that the benefit of playing against Red Stars, they're not the greatest 3-point shooting team, so. You can imagine that they're definitely probably going for two here. It's not like they have like a dead-eye shooter that's just gonna take 2 dribbles and pull up and nail it. So yeah, let's see what Red Stars see. This is where you see what coaches really got in their bag. When they call that timeout, it's like, all right, what you got in your bag? Let's see what you draw up here after this timeout. Okay.
Oh.
Walter's getting that top ball screen. Oh, no bucket. Good rebound. Berlin has the ball with 4 seconds left. Looks like they're going to dribble this one out. And ALBA Berlin has won this game 74-70. They have defeated Crvena Zvezda Belgrade at Berlin. It's been a heck of a game. It came down to the final seconds. Man, I don't even think we got to go too much in depth about who the MVP was, man. I think we can go and slide that over to Maldo Lowe, who finished with 22 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Played a phenomenal game and made some big plays for ALBA, man. But yeah, it was definitely a good game for ALBA Berlin, and they were able to weather the storm from the Red Star comeback. But yeah, man, Malcolm, I appreciate you pulling up to the Watchalong, man. It was a pleasure, man, to sit back and watch this game with you, man. And best of luck with the current season. Go out there, continue to win games, get all your bonus money. You know what I'm saying? And, and above everything, man, stay healthy.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And everybody back home, please like and subscribe to the EuroLeague channels on social media, on YouTube. If you want to go and watch this episode back, you can catch it on demand on YouTube. And we'll be back next Friday. And everybody back home, please stay safe, and we'll catch y'all next week. And we're out.